Hey you guys, this is Orsi and this is going to be just my quick first impression of an indie deck that I recently traded. I think it was originally from Etsy, if anyone's interested. I can find the link. It's called Seeding Dreams, Messages and Guidance by... The message is by Carlos Poco, I think. I'm so sorry. And the illustration is by Susana Tavares. And honestly, this was one that when I first looked at it, I was like, I don't need another Oracle deck. You know, I have a few that I use regularly, and I'm trying to, minimize my collection at the moment. But there's just something in the art, and I posted a flip through. So if you want to see all the cards, you can. It's just something in the artwork that reminds me of the Tarot de Luz. I think that's the name of that deck, which I don't have yet. So that was one thing. Another, there's a dragon. With attachments, it's just a cute keyword. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I can trade this, and then if I don't like it, then, I can recycle in a way, back into the tarot world. I kind of feel like that this deck has other quality of the paper is not really good. These are the backs, which I don't really like. I don't think that the whitish, glowish part matches these cards, at least not for me. But that's usual issue with card backs. But it's very thin. I'm assuming it's a very homemade version, even though they are aligned well, so maybe not. I don't know what sort of a paper were used. It's coated in a way, so it's not that bad, but it's just way too thin. So shuffling is like, you can do this. I don't know how I will shuffle it, honestly, without, bending it. But that's just one thing. But it happens with indie decks, So it could really definitely use an upgrade. Maybe it's smaller. But there are different style of cards. Not everybody has a person, but most have a figure in there. I think the keywords are very good for, like I said, emotional work. I kind of feel like that this deck is good for emotional work, and I love the colors. There are good keywords on their own, and then there are which one? I want to show you one, like return and realization. These are all, keywords we can use. But I liked the description for sharing, for example, because this is the guidebook that, that's enough text for each card. It's not numbered, it's in alphabetical order. And you get a short, like, few sentences that you can just grasp the meaning of the card. And then there's a bigger paragraph where it goes more into detail as of what the card can mean. But obviously it's an oracle deck, so you go with the flow, you go with your emotions. But I like sharing, because sharing doesn't represent what you give, but what you are, and that cannot be taken away from you. And I think that's a very, I'm not gonna say unique, but unexpected way of looking at what sharing means. Or if someone shares something, we usually think about, or at least me, I should say me, think about what has been shared. What was it? Is it meaningful? Is it a small thing? Is it a big thing? You judge the shared thing as its value, but it's true. It's more important if you're sharing, if you're a person who shares, or if you're not. That's the quality that we should pay more attention to. So I kind of feel like this deck would be good for Candy as well. I don't know, it just reminded me of her as well, which is a good connection. But yeah, so I'm gonna definitely work with it. as soon as I figure out how to shuffle it correctly and without damaging it. I was thinking about if I can't, I will, and if I decide to keep it, because I don't want to touch it until I do that, because this way it can be shuffled, but I don't think riffle. Let's try riffle. So I was thinking about rebacking. I haven't rebacked. I mean, it's not bad. You just have to be delicate with it. So I haven't bagged or rebagged a decks before, but this one looks thin enough so that if I'm doing that, it's not gonna be too thick. Which reminds me, I have no idea how many cards there are. So like I would say 40, 44, something like that, just based on the numbers. I can't remember if that, no, that was nothing about the author or the illustrator here, but there's a website where you can, you know, just read upon, at least for the illustrator. I've seen that one. So yeah, this is just, you know, quick first impression. I'm expecting it to be used for emotional work. We will see how it, you know, turns out, because expectations and reality, that happens in tarot as well. But yeah, have you had do you guys have this deck? Have you seen it? I mean, I haven't seen it before. I was offered, so you know, I would be curious to see if anybody uses it, loves it, what's the opinion about it. So please comment down below if you have the deck or if you're interested, or if you're not, you know, I want to see that and hear that too. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and see you in the next one. Bye.